See what I tell y'all? This shit is black. Didn't I just tell y'all that? Then I told y'all I've been in a lot of fights and I done seen a lot of fights. That's how I could predict what was gonna happen next. I told y'all that shit. The bitch eye is black. I told you. Go upstairs and lay down, bro. I told you that shit was gonna happen. I told you that. See, this is the type of bitch that don't learn. If you had took your L the first time, we did not see it. You could have ran with that, bro. You could have painted whatever narrative you wanted to paint. Because at the end of the day, we did not see it. Them girls is in the room, they not think about you. And I don't even like to say stuff like that because I know how it feels to be on that opposite side and people may be fucking with you, but they so slick and so smooth with it, they get away with it. So I don't like to tell people, oh, well, this person I think about you, because I remember growing up when people used to fuck with me and then they'll be so, cool, calm, collective about it that they will be getting away with it. So I know how it feels. So I'm not one to tell somebody, oh, they not think about you. Because unless you've really been around and seen this shit from beginning to end, I'm not talking about just walking in on a situation and hearing people argue or just standing around when people start to argue. Unless you really know the backstory and the history with something, I don't like to tell people, oh, is she not thinking about you or you need to let it go. Because I know how it feels when it was me, right? But bitch, I told you at this point, I told you the last time. I said, look, you making an ass out of yourself. I know she can't hear me, but I'm just saying, like, you could have just ran with that. At this point, they clowning you. And it's not even so much they clowning you clowning yourself. Because at this point, they not only did they take your street card, they bitching you. They bitching you like, and you can't even say they jumped you because she said you wanted problems with her cousin, right? So you needed that fade from her. So now she felt the need to punch you because why? She felt she can get you. But I've read in the comments, Pressure got her ass whooped. I can't wait to see that because I know how it feels to be fussing with one cousin or one sister and then the other one jump in it. I just hate shit like that, right? I'm the only child, so I know how that kind of stuff feels. Pressure, I did like you, but because I just don't like that. Cause you knew you could beat that girl. You knew that. They said you did 8 years in the pen, however many years it was. You knew you could beat that girl. That was some bitch ass shit. Now you knew you could beat that girl. You didn't have to punch that girl like that. You knew she was a chihuahua. You knew that. You didn't have to hit that girl like that. That was some bitch ass shit. Now, I don't know if it's true now, but I was reading the comments. Somebody said you called somebody a little girl or something. I got to see that shit. Because whatever happened to you, deserve that. Karma has a funny way of working its way back around. That was some bitch ass shit. You knew you could beat that girl. Ain't no such thing as you handled that for your cousin. Because your cousin can hold her own. If Liddy can't do nothing else, Liddy can fight her own battles. You did not need to do that. You did not need to do that. That was unnecessary. That was some bitch ass shit. Because you knew. Now that was you being on your bully. That was you being on your bully because you knew you could beat that girl. So why the fuck was that necessary? It wasn't. Okay? So when whoever come along and bully you, it's your karma. Because you didn't have to do that. We can see the bitch ain't like that. We can see the bitch a pump. We can see the bitch all mouth. Ain't no such thing as you being little. You can't hold your own. I told you I have seen little. Didn't I tell you the next step? And you see how she hit her right in that eye. We didn't even have to see the camera. We could see the eye. The eye was swole, but now it's black. It's black. She knew that. She knew what the fuck she was doing because she knew the shit was already swole. All it needed was one more lick. And that's it. I told y'all that shit was going to happen. I done seen a lot of fights. I told y'all that shit was going to happen. She hit her right in that eye because she knew that eye was already on his last leg. She knew that. That was some bitch ass shit. That was some punk ass, bitch ass shit. I wonder, did she come to your rescue when them other girls were pouncing on your ass? They said you got jumped. Let's see what happens. It could be gossip, but let's see what happens. helpful. And see, y'all can tell she kind of slow because, and I'm not even trying to be funny because she talking about in real life at the end of the day after we get off the show. For a second, I'm thinking she about to say something bright, or I'm thinking she about to say something that actually has value. But she takes a left turn talking about in real life she plays with pals and she gonna murk people's family. And see, what happens if they came out there and punched you in the mouth for threatening their family? Then what? They a bully, right? They a bully, right? So it's okay. So you got one already to beat you out the shower. You know, she to beat you across the floor like you stole something. You got one that came and finished the job and blacked your eye. You know what I'm saying? Damn, bitch. What you trying to? What else are you trying to get a busted lip? Or what? Oh yeah, your lip was a little teeny busted, but not too bad. You trying to get your nose leaking? Like what else you want to happen at this point? They gonna hit your eye. The next stop, I'm thinking they gonna aim for your mouth next because you're running your mouth. So now when they come out the room and punch you in the mouth, then what? When you're missing a tooth or your nose leaking or you gotta taste your own blood, then what? They a bully, right? But it's okay for you to still talk shit. The girl that went in the room, she done calm down. The cousin that came and hit you in the face. What's next? Then when they come out there, you going to be mad at Isaiah and them for not protecting you. But I keep telling you, go upstairs and lay down. Because it's only going to get worse from here. I can promise you, you keep instigating the house. At this point, I don't like the word instigating because I feel like it's a word that people just throw around, and sometimes it's not instigating. But at this point, I don't even say it's instigating. I say it's provoking because they trying to calm down, and I don't like to say stuff like that. But at this point, the girl was standing over you. She was letting you kick her, and you would what's up, and she started popping you. Then you pulled the I'm small card. You looking like a clown for real. And then how stupid can you be? You talk about you play in with you know what in real life. You are the definition of when a bitch can't fight, she bring up pals. You are that definition of that because we obviously see you can't fight. So you the type of person that when you get your ass whooped, you want to pick up a you know what. You whack, bro. She whack. Y'all need to send this bitch home. For real, she should have never been picked. She not like that. She not like that. On dead homies. On dead homies. On dead homies, you got your ass whooped. Twice. And popped in your shit. And you still running your mouth. You need to go home, for real. Because at this point, you know, it's only going to get worse. Because now you talking about you going to murder people's families and stuff. And I know how it feels for somebody to do something mean to me. And then I say something like that. But you know, that when I told y'all what happened to me in a Chinese restaurant with the big black N word, you see what I'm saying? I know how that feels, but he came at me first. He came at me first. All I told him was he skipped me in line. And he said I'll spit in your face and don't no woman talk, a woman need to stay in her place and all because I told you skipped me in line. But like the police officer said, he was a male chauvinist. He was the type of guy that he felt like women should be quiet, and stuff like that. So I know how it feels to say off the wall shit like that. But in my situation, it was retaliation. It won't no provoking. It won't no provoking, And I don't know. I never been the type to fight and then say I'm gonna pick up a pow. I never been that type. But I mean, I don't know. but then again, I never got my eye black and all this other bullshit. So I don't know how you feel in this moment, but I know how it feels to, threaten people's families. But in my situation was a little different than yours anyway. I never had a bitch to beat me down like that. So I don't know how you feel in this exact moment. So I can't really compare my situation to yours. But I just want you to go upstairs and just keep quiet and just keep your mouth shut. Is that too much to ask? And see what I'm saying? That was Liddy. That was Liddy. You the threat. See, when you make them kind of threats, you gotta be able to back that shit up. Now she about to come at your throat. I told you. I said, go upstairs, get yourself together, calm down, drink some water. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen to some music, cry, pray. You know what I'm saying? Like, center yourself. I don't know why people act like it's just, it's okay. At that moment, they had already marked you weak. So they weren't worried about you. You could have went upstairs. They probably would have left you alone for that night. They had marked you weak. They would have left you alone for that moment. And they really did seem like they won't think about you. Legit. Now you done made a threat. So, and if they low key, I paused it right at threat number 1. They've been counting them threats, baby. They've been counting them threats. So at this point, you said it was something about you gonna murk a baby? Oh girl, you done took it to a whole nother. I could see you saying the mama or the daddy, because then it's like she probably talked about your mama, you talked about her mama, so it's like, okay, fair game. But then when you brought the kids in it, girl, shit, they gonna let that girl have her way with you. You definitely should have left that part out of it, because at this point, I didn't hear you say baby, I heard you say family. But I mean, hell, I had a bitch tell me that she was gonna murk me before, but here I am live in the flesh. The bitch she didn't do shit. She didn't pop me, she didn't slap me. She just kept saying she was gonna fuck me up, she was gonna do this, she was gonna do that, ain't do shit. Like I told her, you can't wait around the counter just to tell me what you was gonna do to me. You could have stayed behind the counter, for real. I mean, a threat ain't never, you know what I'm saying? It ain't really never, but bitch, you done brought the kids into a girl. You done for. You done for. We don't want to hurt. Nobody ain't bullying you. Ain't nobody picking on you. You stood outside. You ran your mouth. You've been threatening. So at this point, it's a done game. You done brought the kids into it. You done brought the churns into it. You've been better off threatening her mama, her daddy, better than threatening an innocent child that ain't did shit to nobody. Yeah. Yeah, babes. At least your other eye ain't hurting, so bitch, girl. And she piping up to it. I tried to tell you go upstairs. Avery tried to tell you go upstairs. Security tried to tell you go upstairs. I mean, we all tried to tell you go upstairs, lay down. You wanted to fight. You was talking trash. You wanted it. So now let's see what happens. Okay, y'all. So they've been running back the threats. And I think it was threat number 3. It was either number 3 or number 4 where I did not know you did threaten the baby. You said your exact words were, I'm going to get a sister and her baby the smoke. That threat alone, for me, if I was her, it's one thing to threaten me, but it's another thing to threaten my child or my niece. And I don't even have a niece. But the thing is, well, they say I do, but I don't even know her for real. But anyway, it's one thing to threaten me, but it's another thing. I put it this way. It's another thing to threaten a child that I have in my life. Whether it's a little cousin, and for God's sake, don't let it be my baby. Bitch, you could say I'm gonna have kids one day, but my philosophy would be, you could say whatever the fuck you want to say about me, okay? But the minute you bring my child, my baby, my cub into it, it's a whole nother ball game, right? So at this moment, you could talk about whatever you want to talk about, my weight, my hair, um, my cheekbones, say I look like a seahorse, whatever the fuck you want to say. But the minute you bring my baby into it, my cub, the love of my life, my princess, my king, whatsoever, right? It's one thing for y'all to be talking about each other mamas, each other daddies, aunties, uncles, whatever, but you brought the baby in. So at this point, it took it up a notch, right? So it went from beef to a whole nother level. And it went from level 10 to level 50 in a matter of seconds because you've been sending out threats. We already know you sell wolf tickets. But now you done sold wolf tickets and you done sent, and that's not even a threat no more. Like, that's a grade A. That's some other level type shit. Like, you got to be taught a lesson. At this point, you got to be taught a lesson. You gonna get a baby to smoke. Like, that's worse than calling a baby ugly. That's worse than saying, that's you threatening a child, a baby. Like, that's worse than a baby can't even defend themselves. Like, it's, what would make you to say threaten? Like, what even, I don't even know how you even, this bitch need to go home. She need to go home. She's a liability at this point. Like, I ain't even trying to be funny. She's a liability at this point because it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. You done took it to a whole nother. You talking about pow-pows. You threatening children. You getting your ass whooped from the west to the east of the house. You just a liability. Then you playing victim. You saying people bullying you, but you sending threats. You talking about you gonna hurt children. You talking about you with knife, with pow-pow play. You talking about you gonna hurt people. It's just, you a liability because you starting shit. You playing victim. You threatening children. You threatening other people. You getting your ass whooped. You playing victim. It's just a whole mixture in the bowl. It screams for look at me, but don't look at me. But send this bitch home. Send her home, y'all. She's a liability. She's a lawsuit waiting to happen. I ain't lying. Like, I ain't need no cap. No cap. I'm telling you, she's a lawsuit waiting to happen. She's another bitch. Pop a lot of shit. Get her ass whooped and ready to sue the whole network. I ain't lying. This bitch is a liability. Like, no cap. I wouldn't put it past her to come up here and get her ass whooped just so she could sue. I ain't telling you I get Karen. I'm telling you I get Karen vibes from her. Mark my words. That was kind of funny when Liddy told her, go to bed. Like, that was funny. Yeah, like, we all been saying that, girl. It's time for you to go upstairs and just, whenever I have a hard day at work, I don't care if it's my boss getting on my nerves, colleagues getting on my nerves, on my day job or my night job. You know what I do? If it's something that make me cry, I try to listen to something funny. I try to listen to some music. I might go to bed early. I might cry in the shower. I don't know. I think it's oftentimes in life, people sleep on the little things that can really be so soothing. The little stuff that, you know, um, may sound cheesy or somebody say that's whack. You'll be surprised how it can give your mind a sense of peace. Something that I discovered about myself, like little crocs. You know how people put like the little jewels and stuff or the little, the little beads and stuff. One day, I want to say, was it last year or the year before last? It might have been the year before last. I was having a hard day at work. So I had some Crocs that I ain't really care much for the color. You know how you can order something and when the color come, it may look different than online. I had some little beads, you know, I forgot where I got them from, but they was on sale, so I must have just probably grabbed them out the little craft store, like Michael's or whatever. And I just took some super glue and I just started putting them up there. And I just drew some squiggly lines. This board, right? And my mind was, I had a lot on my mind and stuff. And little did I know I was good at it. You see what I'm saying? So I never knew that I had a gift with decorating Crocs. You see what I'm saying? Something that I just was doing just in the heat of the moment just to give my mind a break. I was watching TV, and in between commercials, I was starting to put those up there, and I started to notice, hey, this kind of cute. So the little cheesy stuff that people may say, that's whack, that's corny. You'll be surprised how that can bring you a sense of peace. And I lie to you not, this particular show was having a marathon, right? So in between watching the TV show and decorating the Crocs, my mind wasn't on what, was going on at work and me being behind and boss won't leave me alone. So my mind wasn't on that because I was so busy playing with the Crocs, watching the TV show. Then once the TV show went off and I got tired of doing the Crocs for that moment, then my mind went back. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes you gotta people think it's cheesy as fuck, but you for your mental health, because whether people want to admit it or not, being in that house is draining, and it can probably fuck with your mental health. So that's why I say she need to go upstairs. And for the people that come after her on these shows like this, for me, I think y'all need to bring something with y'all. I know y'all on the TV show and the goal is to get active, but at the end of the day, you still need to think about your mental health more than anything. And Isaiah was absolutely right when he said, this house is not for her. It's not. Ray Charles can see that. She can't handle it. And he didn't say that in a joking way either, because the shit is not funny. At this point, it's not funny. But when she told her to go to bed, that was funny because it's given. You ain't tired of getting your ass whooped yet. It's given that. 3:00 in the morning, bitch, you should be in the bed, ho. Fuck you talking about? You ain't talking about shit. And you see how they just let y'all get on the show and fight and just tear y'all bodies apart just for them to get richer and richer. I just wanted to talk about that. I'm sorry, because it's just like, ain't this the same one that Monet had spit on? Where is Monet? Cause she not in the room with Liddy and them. And she not in the room with Bree and them. Unless she off in the bed somewhere. Where is she in this moment? Monet, you are in a house full of girls and you are all by yourself, baby. Run. You are by yourself in a house full of girls. Cash and them won't fucking with you. Hood baby, you talk shit about Hood baby when she was the one that had your back. That's out. Liddy and them, you won't in the room with them. It's you just not fitting in. You're not fitting in, and it's okay. All of us can't be the girl that fit in with all the girls. It's okay. We past that stage. You just not a girl's girl, Monet, and you not really like that no way. You need to go home. You need to go home, find you something else to do, go to the military, get you a trade, find something else to do. Cause it's you and what's her name? The one that was getting her ass whooped by Liddy and her cousin. You, her, and y'all can go. It's a couple of more that can go, but for y'all, for right now, y'all can go. Y'all can go Monet, I thought you made an ass out of yourself, but that ain't shit compared to the other one. I mean, y'all can go. Y'all can go, babes. Y'all can go, because I'm so tired of seeing the other one get her ass whooped. I don't know what to do, girl. You getting your ass whooped worse than Queen D, and we all know Queen D take L's by the pound. I mean, I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of seeing it. At this point, babe, like, just go home. Just go home. Matter of fact, don't even go upstairs. Don't even go upstairs, because it's gonna create a hostile work environment. Cause you ain't over it. She ain't over. She ain't forgot how you threatened her niece. Cause I sure wouldn't. So it's just a hostile work environment at this point. Just leave. Just leave, babes. Hell, I've had to learn some things to myself on jobs. When shit get too rough, just leave. Just leave. You ain't got nothing else lined up. Sometimes that's just the nature of the beast. You gotta. Sometimes you just gotta pick your mental health first. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes you can help it, sometimes you can't. But it is what it is. Go home. Just go home. Just go home. And see, in this scene right here, I did not know, somebody in the comments said she was actually throwing water at production. Because I was kind of confused, because I'm like, well, old girl is in the room, so why is she throwing water on production? I mean, on her when she in the room, so that made sense. She was throwing water on production because she felt like they was letting stuff happen. I mean, I feel like at this point, it's a repeated cycle. These shows, for real, I never realized a long time ago, these shows are just for y'all to come up there and fight and cut up, because they know that's what people like to see. I mean, at this point, that's a duh. I mean, that's just what it is, and I watch it because I'm at my night job and I gotta stay woke. So it's pure fuckery, at this point. But I mean, it's the obvious. At this point, y'all already know that. I mean, even in real life, I have learned, whenever you are in a setting and people let somebody fuck with you or let somebody get off on you, it's because low key, it took me a long time to realize that, y'all. And I just realized that not too long ago. They are enjoying it. Whenever you mention something to somebody, because let me tell you something. One thing about somebody that don't play about you, you ain't got to mention that somebody fucking with you, or somebody getting off on you, or picking with you, or did something to you. You ain't got to mention it, because if they fuck with you, they are your eyes when you're not watching. They are your ears when you're not listening. So, if they was really fucking with you like that, it wouldn't be that way. You wouldn't have to mention it. You wouldn't have to, allude to it. You wouldn't have to do any of that, because why? They caught that shit sometime before you even did. So at the end of the day, don't be mad at production, because at the end of the day, they may hire security or they may have a production team. But at the end of the day, y'all are there for the fuck shit. So if you're not really ready to sign up for the fuck shit, stay home. That's just the bottom line. And don't be coming on the show and then somebody kick you in the head. Then you mad at production like, y'all let this girl kick me in the head. I mean, that's what you signed up for. I mean, I'm not saying you signed up especially to get kicked in the head, but you signed up for the fuck shit. Whenever you sign up for the fuck shit, you put your name on the dotted line. Well, see, this is what I think it is. A lot of y'all come on these shows in the mind frame of, I'm going to stay low key, or I'm going to do whatever I'm going to do, promote my business or whatever, I'm going to get me a couple of hours on the air, get my subscribers up, or whatever the fuck y'all doing. Some of y'all may come up there not thinking y'all gonna get into a fight, or y'all saying, I'm gonna play it safe, I'm gonna be quiet, I'm gonna stay to myself, or y'all may think y'all the shit and y'all just that girl and you get knocked down a peg or two. I've noticed, a lot of y'all start off the same way. I'm this girl, I'm a bad girl, I'm that bitch because this and that and da da da. And then when y'all get y'all ass, well, you bullied me, you let this person do that, at the end of the day, don't come on a show in a mind frame of thinking you the baddest, you gonna play it cool, you gonna be safe. At the end of the day, when you sign your name on that dotted line, actually, I have not heard not nail one of y'all say, I'm ready for whatever with whoever. Y'all say, if any bitch want it, she can get it. That's different than saying I'm ready for whatever with whoever. Because when you say I'm ready for whatever with whoever, that means win, lose, or draw. You just open to the challenge. But when you say any bitch want it, they can get it, that means you think you unstoppable. And whoever signs up for the ass whooping, they should receive it. But you can't go in there with a mind frame of that. Because that's how you can get defeated. Because you are underestimating your opponent. You know, so it's a difference. Y'all got to start going up there saying, I'm ready for whatever with whoever. Because that, that means you done prepared your mind. Like, okay, I'm walking into this. Don't go in there trusting and banking on security to break it up, production to step in. You cannot bank on that. I don't care how much they say, oh, we here to protect you, we this, we that. You cannot depend on that. That's y'all problem. Y'all be waiting on security and production to step in too much. But if you was the person delivering the ass whooping, you wouldn't be that mad about security coming in because you winning. But when you get your ass whooped, you care. So it's just like my cousin said, she was fighting a girl in high school. And after the girl got her ass whooped, she was raising hell in the office, telling the principals and that it took them too long to get to the field. See, I didn't go to football games in high school and stuff like that. And whenever she would tell me how she would tell a bitch, I'm going to fight you at the football game. And I would always tell her, I would ask her, I would say, why would you tell her at the football game? Why would you say that? And she said, because it takes them a long time to get there. And I would say, so what's the big deal? She said, because it's taking them a long time to get there. So guess what that means? I'm in the process, I'm whooping her ass. So ain't nobody there to get me up off of her. So the girl, she went into the situation with a mind frame of I'm a win. But she never thought that, okay, if I don't win, what can come later? They didn't get to that fight. Keep in mind, from what they say, a football game is packed. It's packed, right? So they said by the time they got there, they couldn't figure out what was what. You know what I'm saying? But that girl was getting her ass whooped for about 45 minutes straight. People was timing it. It was about 45 minutes straight. That's a long time to be getting your ass whooped. Okay? So this is what y'all got to take into consideration. Like, you got to think that way. If this don't happen, if they don't come through, what that mean for me? Like, you got to consider all possibilities when you step into situations. It sounds cheesy, but I could guarantee you, if you start thinking that way, maybe you will be a little more victorious. Just saying. Okay, and this scene right here where Avery was low-key sitting on her. I know people in the comments was saying she was trying to be funny and be gay. I don't even think it was that. I think it was more so like she was being her shield. I really do, because it was a lot of people trying to get them to fight. And the way them girls came out there, I know they was low-key hyping her up, but it was given, you better fight this bitch. You better fight this bitch. Now, I can't remember the history between these two, but it had to be something for all them girls to come out there like, you better fight this bitch on some, you better rock this bitch world type shit. Like, it was given that. And if I felt that, Avery felt that. And we don't see, I don't see, unless I be missing some stuff, but we don't see Avery really get involved in other people's beef that much, unless I done miss some shit. So my assumption of it was she must have felt the same way I felt. And if this is somebody she cares about, for her to put her body low-key on top of her body. Low-key is giving this, I'm your shield. So if a bitch want to get to you, she got to go through me. And for her to put her body on her like that, that low-key gives off a vibe like, bitch, in the process of you trying to aim for her, you better not hit me. Right? Because if you hit me, then me and you will have a problem. So Avery really growed on me in this scene right here, because it takes a special type of person to protect one person against a group of people. And low key, you know, by her doing that, she could start shit with bitches that she ain't never had problems with, because they looking at it like, why are you doing this? So when she said, I'm helping you, I think she said it in a joking way, but I really do feel like she meant that. She meant that, you know. Yeah. So I forgot the girl name that's under her or behind her or whatever. At this point, Avery is your big homie. I know I'm not trying to be funny, but at this point, she's your big homie. She's like a big sister to you, because she low key protected you. She's your big homie. So when little bitches try to step to her and she don't want to pluck them, it's your job to pluck them. That's your duty. At this point, it's your duty. She stood up for you against a group of bitches. At this point, when bitches come for her, it's your duty. If it's somebody she don't want to slap, it's your duty to slap them. At this point, because she handled your lightweight, low key, but it was light, but it was heavy. If you know what I mean, like, yeah. I don't think she was trying to be funny. I really do feel like she really was trying to help you. And you ought to be glad, because with all them girls hanging around, bitches can add in licks and shit, and you know, that's sometimes that happens when it's a crowd of people around you. Bitches that you didn't even know you had problems with could be adding in extra licks. Nobody will never know, because there's so many bitches around you. You don't know who hitting you. Quiet as it's kept. All you can do is really ask. People might tell you, they might not. Oh yeah, and by the way, Nina, let me tell you something that I have learned in life. Never tell people intimate details of your life if you don't know them that well, okay? Two types of people you never tell intimate details of your life, right? Nobody really, technically, unless you really know them like that, but especially not people like, okay, for example, number one, a bitch you just met, right? Cash is a good example of that, because I'm pretty sure, had you known she was the type of person that will mock your deceased mother, I'm pretty sure you would have never told her. You see what I'm saying? You never tell people stuff like that when you first meet them. You looking at it like, well, that's life, you know, we all gotta leave here one day. I understand that, but Cash is the type of person that would throw something like that in your face, right? So now I'm gonna give you an example. It's levels to arguments, though. I will say that, and I'm not taking up for her, because I never forget. In the 3rd grade, a bitch had made fun of my grandfather, saying that, you know, he had cancer, right? So I you know, we had words, and I was trying to figure out why on earth she felt it was okay to make fun of my grandfather having cancer, you know, and it was progressing. So it was like, you know, so since you think it's funny to make fun of people's family members that can't help it, I made fun of her deceased brother. You see what I'm saying? So that's, you know, we was something growing up. We was something. It won't a whole bunch of your mama fat, your mama this, your mama that. Like we was something growing up. We took it there, right? So this is why I say, you know, in arguments, sometimes it can go there, right? But I'm not sure what you and Cash was arguing about. I'm not sure what you said to her, right? Now, if you made fun of like her sick relative, or somebody that passed away on her end, like y'all, I mean, we do have to clear the air sometimes. You know, you can't mention a bitch aunt or uncle or godmother, and then when they mention your child, then you like, leave my child out of it. You know, family members is family members. We also have to say that, you know, if we can't play the family member game, and then y'all put, well, I can say this about your aunt, but you can't say this about my mama. Well, I can say this about your sister, but you can't say this about my child. Like, is no rules. If you gonna bring the family members in it, you gonna bring the family members in it. It's no rules. Now, let's say if a bitch say that's why your shoes ugly, right? Let's say you told her Cash, you said something like that blonde wig make you look like a faggot. That's why you stay in the hotel because you worried about the wrong shit. Your priorities fucked up. Da something like that. You see how it was easy I could read her that quickly just off the dome, right? But if you say something like that and then she come back on you, well, that's why your mama da. Okay, that's understandable. That's understandable for you to want to fight, right? But I read in the comments that you had brought one of her family members in it too now. So even though I understand that's your mama, and even though she's not here, I'm sorry to hear that. But you cannot, if that's true, you cannot bring her family members in it, and then when she come back on you with your family members, then it's like, but that's my mama. That's my mama. Like, okay, but how do you know? Whoever you talked about, they could have, just because it's her aunt, don't mean her aunt didn't raise her. Anytime you have a relative that raised you, they took the place of your parent. So let's say it was her aunt, for example. Her aunt raised her. That's her aunt / her mama. Because her mama won't heal. Whatever the case, I'm just using that for an example. Or it could have been a relative that been there for her when ain't nobody else been there for her. That's going to pull on her heartstring. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what happened. They said it was a social media beef. But I don't know for a fact. But I'm just saying, if you did bring her family member in it, I hate to say it, Nina, it's justified. Because y'all got it. I'm one that you hit below the belt with me, I'm going to take it to hell. Like, I remember one time, and I don't tell people this often because, it does sound kind of fucked up. But I remember one time in the 3rd grade, or was it the 2nd grade? I can't remember if it was the 3rd, 2nd, or 4th. I think it might have been the 4th. Don't quote me on it. But the girl had threw her jump rope. We was hunting words, right, on the playground, right? So she threw her jump rope to hit me in the back. I'll never forget it, right? It took the whole playground to hold me back from whooping this girl ass, right? Everybody was coming trying to pull me, and she gonna tell me, I told my daddy I didn't like her, and my daddy told me, because we weren't in the same class, right? But I forgot what we like switching classes or whatever, but we had words in the hallway, and she told her daddy that she had a problem with somebody that she only see at recess, which was me, right? So she gonna say some mess that my daddy said, cause she was one of them people when she had like a jump rope or something. If she don't like you, you can't play with the jump rope, right? So I'm the type of person. I never been the type where like you can't tell me you can't sit here, you can't do this, you can't do that, bitch. Fuck you. If I want to play with the jump rope, you did not buy that jump rope. That jump rope is for everybody. The school bought that. It's for us to have stuff to play with. Like the little jungle gyms and the little slides and stuff. You didn't buy that. If I want to play jump rope, I'm gonna play jump rope, bitch. The fuck? So she got mad. So she told her daddy that it's a girl at recess. I got a problem with her. You know what I'm saying? Da. So her daddy said next time she come over there, hit her with the jump rope since she wanted the jump rope so bad. Y'all, her daddy ended up passing away not long after that. I want to say a couple of months, maybe weeks later, right? So I don't mean no harm, but I just think it's bitch made for a man to tell a little girl or a female at all. You basically trying to encourage violence within your daughter already. And she already was a little disturbed. To this day, she hasn't did nothing with her life. She ended up linking up with other bitches I had problems with. So y'all already know how that go. But nonetheless, she gonna tell me some shit like that. So I want to say after her daddy passed away, we were still beefing or whatever, right? So she gonna throw in my face. That's why my daddy told me to hit you with that rope, and I did, and I said something bad about her daddy. I sure did. Since you gonna tell me some shit that your daddy said it's okay for your daddy told you that as a girl it's okay to assault another child with a jump rope. So I told her fuck her and her daddy. I sure did. And we were about to fight. They were trying to hold us back and stuff, but we never fought. I told her I sure did. I told her fuck her and her daddy, and I said some other shit too. Sure did. You know, you don't tell me no shit that your daddy said it's okay to hit me in the back with my jump rope. And that shit landed too. And that shit was stinging too. And it won't like one of them little jump ropes. I forgot what it's called. It's like, it's a jump rope. You know how some jump ropes is kind of like a regular rope? It was a jump rope where it was a rope, but it had like plastic on the outside of it. It was like, and it wasn't like plastic like a like I can't describe it. It was a rope that had I'm gonna put a picture of it up here. It was one of them ropes. So you know that shit once it landed. I'm gonna see can I find a picture of one that looked like that. It was red, white, and blue. I never forget it. And she took that rope and that shit like you know like you see in the old westerns where it's a white man. I'm just saying I'm in a and he hitting that horse. So that's the way she slung that rope like the long way to my back. It went down straight down my back, bitch. You know I was mad, right? Y'all. So you gonna tell me some shit that your daddy said. You know what I'm saying? Bruh. By the time I was saying all types of shit about her and her daddy. I sure did. You don't tell me no shit that your daddy said, dude. Helpful. The fuck? And to this day, fuck you and your daddy. How about that? The fuck? Okay, Avery is kind of growing on me just a little bit. She is. I like how she was trying to fix old girl hair. And but I'm assuming that's what she was trying to do. And when she said this, wait a minute, this ain't no wig, bro. This ain't no fucking wig. And Ivory kind of put her hands through her hair real fast. I said, this bitch is so childish, bro. She is childish. But Ivory kind of growing on me because she kind of childish and her sense of humor. I noticed with some of the stuff she does is kind of like mine, just a little bit. But she kind of growing on me. But I like how all them bitches was coming. And you could tell she really was trying to make sure she was straight. And she put her hand out like, back up. Back up. But I kind of see both sides because that's her friend. Like, she trying to get her friend together. And I have done that before with my good Judy back in the day. We're not good Judys no more, but I have done it. Like, wait a minute before y'all fight. Let me fix her ponytail. You see what I'm saying? And she was the same way. She had real hair. You know, so for her, she had a lot of hair. A lot of hair. So for her, and I know how she is about her hair. So me being the real friend that I am, I'm a pull up your hair because I know bitches is haters. Like, this is your real hair. This ain't no fake extension shit, which I wear fake hair, but I have a head full of hair. You know, so my hair is thick. You know, so I mean, it ain't going all down my back, but it's a nice length. You see what I'm saying? So I know for the most part, whether you got fake hair or real hair, for the most part, that's the first places bitches aim. You know, I mean, it's been like that since the beginning of time. So I was trying to pull her hair up, and I know how it is a bitch trying to hurry up and lunge at her, and you trying to hurry up and ravel that shit up, you know, it's very annoying. It's like, bitch, back up. Let me get her straight, then y'all can do y'all fair one. But I kind of see both sides because it's like, okay, don't let us think you're trying to jump. You know, because that's your friend and your friend trying to get at with this bitch, and you got this one standing right here with her arm out. She can act like she trying to be mutual, but that's your friend. You gonna be kind of, you know, what you doing. You need to back the fuck up, or me and you gonna have a problem. Like, I kind of get both sides. Like when Cash was like, "What you doing? What you doing?" Like, I kind of get both sides because if that's her homegirl, yeah, you need to back the fuck up because I would be the same way. Like, get back. You too close. Don't let me think for a second you trying to add in some licks because, bitch, I'm going to have to come for your juggler, you know, full throttle. But I don't know. I get both sides, but I mean, I don't know, y'all. I'm glad old girl in the went upstairs or something. She off the screen now because it was getting kind of pathetic around here, okay? Okay, so, Liddy, we know you that girl. as far, in my opinion, Liddy and Avery got the house on hush mode. Cash, you coming in third place because Avery kind of hush you up, just to be honest. So you third place, then everybody else follows. But Liddy, here's the thing: don't say just because Hood Baby in the bathroom, she, you know, you don't know why. Like you was trying to allude to the point that she was scared to come out the bathroom. I don't think it was that, and I don't care about Hood Baby either. I don't care much for it either, but like I told y'all before, for the most part, Hood Baby wins some and she lose some. So I don't ever think it's a case where she was scared of no bitch. I don't really think that. If anything, Hood Baby was probably drunk. She probably was throwing up. She probably was you know, having a hangover. I heard when people, I don't drink, so, but I heard when people have hangovers, they sleep or whatever. I don't know. I heard different things about people with hangovers, but if anything, she probably was throwing up or something and probably fell on the floor. Y'all act as if the bitch don't drink and smoke and, you know, get high to the point of oblivion. She probably didn't even know she was on the bathroom floor. The bitch is a sad case, so it's no telling why she was on the bathroom floor. But if anything, I definitely don't think it was she was scared, because it's, of course it's not the Academy or whatever show else show y'all name. You know, of course it's not that. I just think the bitch was probably high drunk. And that's probably she was probably why she was in there. But, and Monet, you need to be quiet. Don't be sitting in the amen corner. Liddy won't nowhere to be found when you was getting your ass fucked up. That's not your friend. You're just convenient right now. She's only talking to you because ain't nobody else right there. They probably in the kitchen or something. So don't let a bitch use you for a conversation when ain't nobody around. Don't let her do you like that. You got feelings. You are somebody. Don't let her downplay you like that. The bitch want, this is my first time ever seeing this bitch interact with you. Unless I done missed something. You know, this bitch don't interact with you on a regular. When they was all coming at you, this bitch want nowhere to be found. She ain't telling them back the fuck up when they was walking up on you. When them other girls was making fun of you and telling you where you can't smoke and where you can smoke, this bitch won't right there with you by your side. Don't let her use you to talk to you about other girls. And then you wonder why bitches is being funny towards you because you talking to people that, you know, it's none of that's neither here nor there, but don't let that bitch use you for camera time. Let her go get Pressure or one of them. She got enough millions to talk to her ass. Well, nobody's standing by you. You couldn't even go smoke on the patio without bitches saying, nah, you can't smoke here. Bitch your ass. It's giving, nah, you can't sit here. Don't let her use you for camera time. Fold your clothes. Whatever you was doing. Don't let her play you like that. Cash won't in your face like that. She won't fucking with you too tough. Let her stand on that. The fuck?